Welcome to another AQA Computer Science 2016 Paper 1 Warships Programming Exam Solution tutorial, and we're going to be looking at how we return the ship's name from just the character, which obviously is what's held in the board. We're actually doing this as part of the Have You Sunk My Battleship or Have You Sunk My Whatever Ship tutorial. We've said we were going to split it into two parts. This is the second part of it, and what we want to do is do a linear search of the ship's array and return the name that begins with the letter of the initial that's stored in the array. Right, I'm really sure this little bit's going to come up in one way or another. Maybe not part of You've Sunk My Battleship, but they're gonna this is a really nice little bit of code. I bet they're going to stick this in somewhere, and I bet you have to do it as a separate function. So the idea that we take the character from the board, loops through the ship's array, and then this is the absolute bit you've got to nail. Make sure you understand this. And crucially return the name. Right, let's have a look at the code. I've already said we're going to do it as a separate function. Get ship name seems to be a reasonable name for that function. And we're going to return a string because that's what the name is. Right, we're going to pass it two parameters. We're going to pass it the ship's initial. Okay, obviously you could call that whatever you want. And we're going to pass it the ship's array of records. And of course that is of type T-ship. Completely up to you what you call this again. Make sure you declare it as an array because it is. But I've used ships because that's what it's called absolutely everywhere else. Right, we now need to have a loop that is going to loop through the ship's array. I've decided to find the length of that array dynamically. You could of course hard code it as 4, not 5. It's completely up to you. We now need to excuse me. We now need to ask the question: if the particular element of the ship's array that we are looking at, if the name of that ship begins with the ship's initial, so it's the 0th element of the character, so the string array that is the name of the ship, then if that's true, then that's the ship we want. Well, if it is true, then all we have to do is assign the name field of that ship in the record structure to get ship name, and that will get passed back. I guess if I was being strict, I really ought to put a little sort of catch at the bottom to say if we've not done that, then return something like no ship found, but I'm not going to at the moment. So the last thing, that's now complete by the way. The last thing we need to do is call it. I want to use the is ship sunk code above, and we're going to just replace ship hit. So we're going to replace it with a call, let's move that across, with a call for get ship name, and I'm going to pass it ship hit, which is the initial that I was holding, and of course we're passing the ship's array. And hopefully that will work. So let's quickly test it. Start a new game. And let's sync the patrol ship. So that's 7, 8, and 7, 9. And we can see now that the code has returned, you have sunk my patrol boat. So that wasn't too bad, was it? As a quick recap, looping through the ship's array, doing a selection to see if the initial you're passing in is the same as the initial character of the ship's name. If it is, return the ship's name. Hopefully you found that useful. As I say, I really feel that little bit of code you'll be asked to produce at some stage. Maybe not for this particular problem, but in some way. Hopefully you found it useful. As always, you can leave comments, ask questions, and I'll do my best to reply to them. And I hope you all the best if this problem comes up.